Iran to flood the market, right? So why the downward pressure that we're seeing on prices?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very good question. I think the assumption, we're in a market which tends to trade on headlines. So a headline will say Iran nuclear deal reached, and that all of a sudden the assumption by the market is that we're going to be flooded with Iranian barrels. The likelihood is that if and when the technicalities of this agreement are reached, it's going to take a while for production to come onto the market, and the oil market is dynamic. What we've seen over the course of 2013, there's likely to be offsetting factors elsewhere. So even within OPEC, we've seen problems in Libya, we're seeing increase in geopolitical tension in Iraq, we're seeing problems that have remained in place for a number of years in Nigeria.
So you're saying despite a weak balance in supply-demand fundamentals, there are all these other issues that are going to offset that and keep it in balance.
Absolutely. So I mean, you've seen the stability in the oil price over the last 2 or 3 years, and that's because on paper, I mean, we've seen US production grow 1 million barrels per day the last couple of years. We forecast another 800,000 barrels per day of growth this year, but what's happened is if you look at the quarterly price or the yearly price, it's been stable at in the $100 to $110 range.
What's your average for the year? What are you saying?
So we're saying $105 per barrel.
Okay, so that's about almost $2 less than where we are now.
Yes, and interestingly, what we forecast in Q2 is oil prices averaging below 100 on heavy refinery turnaround. So we think in April there's going to be 3.2 million barrels per day offline. So that's going to reduce the demand for crude in the short term.
Sure.
But overall, $105 for the year.
How seriously are we taking these production problems at the Buzzard oil field in the North Sea?
So the Buzzard oil field was a problem child of 2013, but then when where sentiment really changed was in Q4 13, and Buzzard was running very well, running at production 200,000 barrels per day. What we're seeing in the past week is a number of disruptions. So it went offline, and then there was rumours that it came back off, and then again at the weekend it went off, and now they're saying they're ramping production up. But I think the case for North Sea as a whole, it's a mature basin, it's in decline, there's ageing infrastructure, and so the market just needs to get used to the fact that
So not enough to keep a support under the price for too long then.